So this is the second part of the negotiation preparation mini-series, and I hope you like the new background. It's a little bit more focused on goals, and actually that is the topic of today's video. First I will introduce you to some common thoughts about goals in negotiations, and then we go into detail about how to prepare your negotiation when you use goals. Then we go into detail about how to prepare your negotiation using goals. So welcome to video number 2 of this mini-series. Before we dive deep into profiling your opponent in the next video, we're going to talk about goals in this video. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just have a look in the description. I have linked all the videos of that mini-series and all the videos of the challenge down below in the description. So let's start with some general thoughts that I have collected over the years when it comes to negotiation goals. The first one, negotiation goals should focus on tangible goals. Yes, you may want to improve your procurement and negotiation career, but that is an intangible goal. You will rarely find a teammate nor a supplier or opponent who wants to support you in that goal. While we're talking about opponents, here's another tip. Try to come up with your opponent's goals. If they are to a high degree conflicting with your goals, you at least know that you're in for a tough discussion. And we'll cover more of that when we come to our profiling video tomorrow. Next is try to come up with some general priority of your goals. It really rarely happens that you can push through or execute on all your goals. Determine your top 3 or at least your number 1 goal and align it with your negotiation team if you're working as a team. And we come to that in a second. So when we're talking about goals, what are we actually talking about? Well, from my point of view, there are different levels of goals. There are the strategic goals, for example, improve the profitability of a company, improve the cash position of the company. And the latter one is a pretty good example that we focus a little bit more on throughout this video. Compared to the strategic goals, there are also tactical goals. These work right in the negotiation. In best case, they of course support the strategic goals. To continue our example about improving our cash position, you could, for example, create a policy or guideline that says all new suppliers have to go with at least a minimum net 60 payment term. But it goes one level deeper even, because tactical goals come with tasks, which are dedicated actions. And to continue our example even further, a task for the improved cash position follow the payment term policy goal setting. A task to this could be that you send out an RFP where you clearly state that every offer that you receive that is worse than 60 days net will automatically receive a mailers, which is a strong communication towards your suppliers. So now that we have covered the different types of goals, let's see what else there is to do. When you are preparing your negotiations, make sure your goals are aligned with the team. If need be, in written form, that could be an email plus confirmation, that could be meeting minutes, that could be any kind of protocol. Also make sure to constantly realign, because you'd like to be close to your demand owner, because you are their business partner, and of course their goals to a certain extent should be your goals as well. The next step is that from the goals defined, you can now come up with the necessary roles, the necessary tactical roles in your upcoming negotiation. These are the roles that the people in your team have to play, and again, it's very important to align them with your people. One word of warning, as I said before, you're usually not able to push through all your goals, but you have to stand the pressure also internally, because you don't want to give up the goal of improving the company's cash position through all the tactical goals and tasks that we talked about just because it's urgent or that supplier is special or whatever. These goals are somewhat fixed, so they cannot be easily given away. If you have to give them away also internally as well as externally, but that's quite important internally, you only give them away or give them up when you get a decent concession for that from your counterpart. In an external negotiation, that could be fulfilling, maybe you give up goal number 3, so goal number 1 is fulfilled. In an internal discussion, if you give up, for example, the payment terms, I would definitely ask my colleagues and say, you know what, you don't want competition, but if I have to give up payment terms, you need to give me something different. I want to have competition, you need to give me more time so I can do a real RFP. Closely related to that is that you should always have a lessons learned, because that's the only way to improve your negotiations, even in between different negotiation rounds in the same project, for example. And that can be very quick and fast. After a negotiation, you look at what did we achieve, what did we not achieve, what could we improve in the next round, what should we go on doing. So as a wrap up, we have talked about some common thoughts, about different types of goals, and how we should execute throughout the negotiation and afterwards, focusing on the goals. So let me know, what goals do you usually have? Leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I make sure to read and answer every question you might have. And also, if you want more of these negotiation preparation videos, make sure to hit like and subscribe, because that does not only help the channel and help me to bring out more of these videos, you will also be informed every time a new video is published. So see you tomorrow, and always happy negotiations.